At 53, I did not feel broken, but I felt empty. My husband had been gone for many years, not by divorce, not by anger, but by death. Yes, he died. And death does not argue, it just comes and it takes away. My children were grown. They had their own homes, their own spouses, their own worries and all of that. They called me sometimes too. They visited when they could. But when the night came, when the lights were off, when the walls became quiet, I was always just left by myself, just me. I was retired. People think retirement is soft. They think retirement is rest. They think it is peace. But nobody talks about the silence. Nobody talks about the long days, the slow mornings, the heavy evenings. No one talks about what happens at night. Well, the only person who came often was my housekeeper. 3 days a week. She cleaned, she cooked, she washed. She did her job very well. But she minded her business. She did not ask questions, she did not tell stories. When she finished, she just left. And once again, the house became quiet. Just me, myself, and I. Then one afternoon, the kitchen sink broke. Water rushed everywhere, the floor got wet. Panic entered the room, honestly. That day, I felt bad. The housekeeper locked it in and said calmly, "Madam, I will call the man to fix things." That was all. No second meaning, no signs, no direction, just a normal repair. When he arrived, I noticed his voice before his face. He was a calm, soft, respectful young man. He greeted me properly. Not loudly, not shy, just right. He wore simple clothes. They were just neat and clean. He did not enter the house as if he owned it. He entered as someone who respected the space. As he walked under the sink, I stood nearby. I watched him. At first, I was just watching quietly. Then I began to ask questions. I began to ask him simple questions. What is the pipe for? Why is this one leaking? Can it spoil again? Most young men would be impatient. They would say, what is it with all the questions this woman is asking? But him, he smiled and he explained, slowly, patiently, clearly. And somehow we laughed. Not fake laughter, not forced laughter, but real laughter. The kind that surprises you, the kind that makes you feel good inside. When he finished, I thanked him. He nodded and said, "If anything else breaks, just let me know, madam." He wrote his number down. I did not think much of it, honestly. A week later, the door handle loosened. I called him. He came. He fixed it. We talked again about small things, about the weather, about work, about life. Nothing dangerous, nothing romantic, just human talk. Soon I noticed something. Even when nothing broke, I still wanted to call him. And sometimes he would call me too, just to check. How are you today? Did you eat? Is everything okay? No pressure, no boundary crossed, just care. We became friends, pure friends. We respected each other. He never spoke to me carelessly. I never spoke to him carelessly. We kept our dignity. But something was growing quietly, like a seed nobody watered. yet somehow, somewhere, it grew. Then my birthday came. I did not plan anything. At my age, birthdays were just numbers. They were just numbers of time to me. But that morning, he called and said, "Please don't make plans today. I'll be coming." Really? Well, I did not ask why. In the evening, he knocked. When I opened the door, he stood there with a box in his hand. And inside the box was a dress. Soft color, simple beauty. A youthful gown, honestly. Gentle. Then he said softly to me, "I saw this and I thought of you." My heart shook. I mean, nobody had bought me a dress like this in years. Years. He took me out, not to somewhere noisy, not to somewhere crowded, but somewhere calm, somewhere warm. He opened the door for me. He pulled the chairs. He watched me closely. He took pictures of me. He made me laugh. And for the first time in a long time, I forgot my age. Not in my body, but in my heart. From that day, something changed in me. I began to dress better, walk better, smile better. I became conscious of everything I did. Well, people noticed, neighbors noticed, my children noticed. They asked, "Mom, you look happy." And I would smile and say, "Oh, yes." Then one quiet evening, we were sitting in my living room. The TV was on, but neither of us was watching it. Suddenly, he turned to me. He looked into my eyes. His hands were shaking slightly, and he said, "I can't pretend anymore." Silence filled the room. My heart beat loudly in my chest. He continued, "I care for you. Not as a client, not as an older woman, but as a woman who I see." Tears filled my eyes, and he asked me gently, "What are you afraid of?" I could not answer that question at first. Then he said, "Is it your age? Is it about what people will say? Is it about your children? Or is it about the fact that your heart feels something too?" At that moment, my body trembled, and I finally said the truth. I told him, "I am afraid of losing you. After finally feeling alive again, I just feel you might just disappear." He held my hands and said, "Then let us not waste time being afraid. We choose each other, right? Not loudly, not proudly, but carefully, with respect, with patience, and with courage." Then he went ahead to say, "Today, I understand something deeply. Loneliness does not respect age. Love does not follow calendars. And sometimes life gives you a second youth when you least expect it. So tell me, if love knocks at the door late in your life, will you open it, or will you just pretend you didn't hear it? Whatever you have to say, whatever your answer is, please say it in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and stay with me for yet another interesting story coming up.